Artificial intelligence is suddenly everywhere. Some people are excited about it, others feel a little uneasy. But what is it really, and how might it affect everyday life? Over the past few years, a new word has started appearing almost everywhere. AI, artificial intelligence. You hear about it in the news, you see it mentioned online. People talk about it as if it has suddenly appeared overnight and begun quietly changing the world. And for many people, the whole subject feels a little confusing. Some people think AI will make life easier and more productive. Others worry it may change the world faster than we're ready for. And many of us are somewhere in the middle, simply trying to understand what it actually means. Welcome. Come on in, get comfy, and let's sit for a while. Today I thought we might talk about something quite different. Something that's been appearing in conversations everywhere lately. Artificial intelligence. Now, I'll be completely honest with you. The first time I started hearing people talking about AI, I wasn't sure what to think. Part of me was curious, part of me was impressed, and another small part of me wondered whether we were stepping into something we didn't quite understand yet. And I suspect I'm not the only one who feels that way. When people hear the phrase artificial intelligence, it can sound a little dramatic, almost like something out of a science fiction film. But in simple terms, AI is just a type of computer technology designed to process information and recognise patterns in ways that resemble human thinking. It can analyse large amounts of information, it can generate text, it can answer questions, it can even create images and music. And the speed at which this technology has improved over the last few years has surprised even many experts. That's one of the reasons it has suddenly become such a major topic of conversation. In reality, AI has existed in different forms for quite some time. Many of the tools we already use rely on it in small ways. Search engines, voice assistants, recommendation systems on websites. But recently, new forms of AI have become far more visible to ordinary people. Tools that can create images, explain complex ideas, help organise information, and even assist with everyday tasks. Suddenly, something that once seemed like distant technology has become something people can actually interact with. And that has sparked both fascination and uncertainty. If you already use AI, what sort of tasks do you find it most useful for? For many people, the possibilities of AI are incredibly exciting. It has the potential to help people learn new skills, to simplify complicated tasks, to make information easier to access. Some people already use it to help write emails, plan travel, summarise long articles, learn new topics more quickly, organise ideas. In many ways, it can function like a helpful assistant, one that is available whenever you need it. And when used wisely, that kind of tool can be incredibly useful. At the same time, it's perfectly natural for people to feel a little uneasy about new technology. I'd be really interested to know if you've tried using AI for anything yet, or does it still feel a little unfamiliar? Throughout history, major technological changes have often been met with both excitement and concern. When the internet first appeared, people wondered how it might change society. When smartphones became common, people worried about how they might affect communication. And now AI raises similar questions. How far will it develop? How should it be used? And how do we make sure it remains something that benefits people rather than creating new problems? Perhaps the most helpful way to approach a topic like AI is simply with curiosity. Instead of rushing to see it as entirely good or entirely bad, we can take time to understand it, to explore how it works, to think about how it might be used responsibly, because technology itself is rarely the problem. The real question is how people choose to use it. And like many powerful tools throughout history, AI will likely become something that reflects both our creativity and our judgment. Once the initial surprise about artificial intelligence settles down, many people begin to realise something interesting. AI is not just a futuristic idea being discussed by scientists and technology companies. It's gradually becoming something that ordinary people can use in everyday life. And in many cases, it's appearing in small, practical ways that make certain tasks easier. Not dramatic, not world-changing in every moment, but quietly helpful. Because once we move past the mystery surrounding it, the next question many people ask is a very practical one. What can it actually do that might be useful in everyday life? And the answer is surprisingly simple. It can help with many of the small tasks that take up our time and mental energy. One of the most common ways people use AI is for writing assistance. For example, drafting emails, organising ideas, summarising long pieces of information, helping explain complicated topics in simpler language. Imagine trying to understand something complicated, perhaps a new technology, a health topic, or even a historical event. Instead of spending hours searching through different articles, AI can often help summarise the key ideas in a way that's easier to understand. It doesn't replace learning or research, but it can act as a helpful starting point. Another practical way AI can help is with planning. Many people use it for things like planning travel itineraries, suggesting meal ideas, organising daily schedules, creating shopping lists. These might seem like small things, but sometimes having a tool that can quickly organise information saves a surprising amount of time. And that time can be used for things that matter more. One of the most exciting possibilities with AI is its potential to help people learn. If someone wants to explore a new subject, they can ask questions and receive explanations in simple language, whether it's understanding a historical event, learning basic photography tips, exploring gardening advice, discovering how something works. AI can act like a kind of interactive learning companion. Of course, it's still important to check information and remain thoughtful about sources. But as a starting point for curiosity, it can be remarkably useful. One thing that's important to remember is that AI is just a tool. It doesn't replace human judgment. It doesn't replace creativity. And it certainly doesn't replace the emotional understanding that only people possess. Instead, it can assist with certain tasks that involve information or organisation. The human side of life, empathy, wisdom, experience, relationships, remains something technology cannot truly replicate. And that's an important balance to remember. As the technology becomes more familiar, many people may discover small ways it can help simplify daily life. Perhaps by answering questions quickly, helping organise ideas, or simply making certain tasks a little easier. And when used thoughtfully, tools like this can free up something incredibly valuable. Time. Time to focus on relationships. Time to enjoy meaningful experiences. Time to slow down and appreciate life beyond screens and devices. Whenever new technology appears, people tend to respond in two very different ways. Some people become incredibly excited. They see the possibilities, the convenience, the ways it might improve everyday life. Others feel uneasy. They worry about how quickly things are changing. They wonder whether we truly understand the consequences of the tools we are creating. And when it comes to artificial intelligence, both of those reactions are completely understandable. Many of the concerns surrounding AI are not really about the technology itself. They're about how it might be used. Some people worry about jobs changing. Others worry about misinformation or the misuse of powerful tools. And many simply feel uneasy about how quickly technology seems to be evolving. These concerns are not unreasonable. Throughout history, every major technological shift has raised similar questions. When machines transformed factories, when computers entered workplaces, when the internet changed how we communicate, each of these changes required society to adapt and learn how to use new tools responsibly. AI may simply be the next chapter in that long story. One thing that often gets overlooked in these conversations is the importance of the human element. Technology may become more powerful, but it is still people who decide how that technology is used. Values, judgment, compassion, wisdom, these qualities remain uniquely human, and no matter how advanced technology becomes, those qualities will always play an essential role in shaping the future. Perhaps the healthiest way to think about AI is to see it as a tool, a powerful one, certainly, but still a tool. Much like the internet, computers, or even the printing press when it first appeared centuries ago. Tools can help us learn faster, work more efficiently, solve problems in new ways, but tools should always remain in the service of human life, not the other way round. Instead of reacting with either blind enthusiasm or deep fear, a balanced approach may serve us best. Curiosity, understanding what AI can do, learning how to use it responsibly, recognizing both its benefits and its limitations, and remembering that technology itself is neither entirely good nor entirely bad. Its impact will ultimately depend on how thoughtfully we choose to use it. One of the interesting things about moments like this in history is that we are living through a period of change. We don't yet know exactly how AI will shape the future. Some possibilities may turn out to be incredibly helpful. Others may require careful thought and regulation. But throughout history, human societies have always found ways to adapt to new tools and new ideas. And there is every reason to believe we will do so again. Artificial intelligence may seem mysterious or even slightly unsettling at first, but like many technological changes before it, it will likely become something we gradually learn to understand and integrate into everyday life. The key may not be deciding whether AI is entirely good or entirely bad. The key may simply be learning how to use it wisely, to ensure that the tools we create continue to serve the things that matter most: human connection, human creativity, and the experiences that make life meaningful. I'm curious to learn your thoughts. When you hear about artificial intelligence, do you mostly feel curious or a little concerned? Thank you for sharing your time with me today. Take gentle care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.